Gentlemen, ladies. All right. Obviously, pretty should be a pretty easy game. Going into today. Today's Monday, technically. The Bears, really underrated team defensively. It's their offense that sucks. Aside from guys like Justin, guys like Valus, guys like David, those guys, pretty talented. Even though I think Valus is kind of like barely a number 3, but David's got some power to him. And then obviously Justin, a big kid, tough to get on the ground. He's fast, he's mobile. Obviously things like that we got to keep track of. Defensively, I think Raquan, is still on the team. Jalen, guys like Eddie, guys like Jay Ratliff. And I don't know any of their corners, but I know Jalen and Eddie are two very good safeties. Actually, I think Jalen is a corner, so there's one corner. Jalen, Eddie, Jay, Raquan. If Danny's still there, Danny Trevathan probably isn't, but I don't know much about the Bears at all, to be honest with you. But I'm ready for your questions. I want to try to make this very quick, so go right ahead.
Hey Jim, how are you?
Oh, hi Stephanie, how are you?
I'm good. So my question for you is, regarding the Bears. I think they're, second in rushing. I think with 170 yards a game.
Yeah.
And you guys were very able to stop the run against the Lions. So my question for you is, do you plan on doing the same thing you did in order to contain the Bears today?
So their offensive line is pretty good. Guys like I think Alex actually got traded. I think the Bears. Christ, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anyone on the Bears, but their offensive line has to be good if they're putting up 170 yards a game on the ground. So I expect the defense to actually step up. Because right around week 7, week 8 is when teams start fighting for playoff spots. So I expect the defense to be definitely on point going into this game. So
thanks, Jim.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, hello, Coach.
Hi, Mr. Fujiwara. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So my question for you was about the Bills. The Bears. I apologize.
It's all right.
My question for you was about the Bears defense.
Yeah.
What is it about the defense that make it so good? Because I think they are top 5 in passing, and I think top 5 in overall defense.
Like I said, Eddie and Jalen, two really good cover guys, especially Eddie. Pro Bowl safety, flies around the field. He's a solid tackler. He's good in coverage. And then Jalen's really trying to make a name for himself. Also, they're a pretty durable team. I don't think I saw anyone on the injury report. Those guys are big playmakers. They run around the field. They're tough. They're durable. They're smart. Defensively, Jay is a big guy. Covers up a lot of space. It's tough to get around him. So, of course, he's very, very strong. So that's another thing. But I think their defense is one of their strong suits, especially their pass defense. So that's very good.
Oh, thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, Mario Andretti here. How are you?
Hi, Mario. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, thanks, Jim. So my question for you is, N'Keal Harry. he's one of our guys that we traded to the Bears. I think for like 7th round pick. So I mean, if the Keel does end up playing, do you think he'll kind of go off or try to spark a factor or anything in this game?
Yeah, well, the thing about Nikhil is he was put on IR for them for quite some time, so I don't really know if he's been productive with Chicago. Obviously things didn't work out here, but I think it was for both parties' interest that he got shipped over to Chicago. But I have no ill will towards him. I think I do think he has potential. It just never really showed and never really worked out here in New England. But he is no longer a friendly. He's going to be treated as an enemy combatant. As a member of an army attacking this team. So we're going to have to go after him. So, but do I think if he's going to go off or he's going to do anything? I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Jim. Thanks a lot, huh?
You're welcome, Mario.
Hey, Jim, how you doing, ma?
Hey, Dante, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Alright, so my question for you, Jim, is, I actually got 2 questions. First of all, the first question is regarding Tyquan Thornton. You think he could actually be ready to be something in this league, at least for the team? And do you think he could potentially be a number 1 receiver? Because Jacoby Myers might be a surprise trade, or we might not pick up his 5th-year option, or whatever the case may be. I don't know if we actually did already. I don't know how many years he's been in the league. I think he's been in the league for I don't know.
4 or 5 years, I don't know.
I don't know if him and Damian got together, or else we would have had a 5th-year option for both of them. But yeah, what you think? And then my second question is Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones. Do you think Bailey could potentially be the starter over Mac?
All right. Well, regarding Tyquan, I think I'd love to see him. As long as he can continue to improve, I think he could definitely be a number 1 receiver. He's fast as all hell. He tries to get better every day. He's getting much better. He's really working on his craft with his route running, his technique, his form, his breaks, his anything from his stem to his break to his follow through, catch after run or run after catch. Yak. He's trying to do everything he can to be the best receiver he can be, which is good. But as far as number 1 receiver in the league or number 1 receiver on a team, we're not that quite far. We can't really see that far into the future. We just really want him to show up every day, just work as hard as he possibly can, and then once his rookie deal expires, we'll go from there. So. But as far as your fucking second question with fucking Bailey and Mac, I'm getting fucking tired of this shit. Bailey is not our starter. Okay? He's not. He's not our fucking starter. I don't know how many fucking times I have to say this shit. He's not our starter. He's not. He's not. He went up against the 2 fucking worst passing defenses in the league, and everyone fucking praises them. Bailey, don't get me wrong. Christ, Bailey is on my ultimate team. He's my starting quarterback. Until I find an 87 overall quarterback. But here's the thing. Mac has proven that he can put up yardage, throw touchdowns, and put the ball in the right place where he needs it when it matters most. And he did that last year. Ask the Cowboys. The reason why we lost that game is not because of him. It's because of someone else. Jalen. Here's the thing. 3,800 yards, 4,000 yards, 23 touchdowns or 22 or whatever the fuck it was, 21, whatever the fuck. And a Pro Bowl with no help. Nothing. And everyone's saying that Bailey deserves to be the starter over Mack. The only way I would ever put Bailey ahead of Mack is if Mack isn't 100%, which I don't think he is. But the reason why they're putting him on the starting lineup is because we're going up against a top 5 passing defense. And Bailey, I don't think, is ready for that. Because the better the defense, the more complex their schemes are, and the more they can disguise, the more they can hide shit, the more they can attack without, really being affected. It's just, there's a whole bunch of reasons as to why, shit like that happens. But I don't think Bailey is ready. The only reason we put him out there is because Brian got concussed. Okay? We put Bailey out because Brian got concussed. And Bailey happened to do pretty well. But that doesn't mean he's a fucking starter. I mean, fuck. Mitchell Trubisky was a starter. Was he good? No. Anyway. Max stays where he is. We're going to train the lad.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you, Coach?
Hi, Mr. Lee. How are you?
I am good, thank you. My question for you is, why do you think that people say that Bailey Zappi are better quarterback than Mac Jones? And do you think Mac Jones is going to be 100%? And also, would you start him if he was not 100%? Thank you.
Why do people think that Bailey is a better quarterback than Mac? Because they're idiots. They're fucking idiots. Okay? People who say that Bailey is a better quarterback than Mac don't know shit about football. Okay? I've been representing this team since 2007. Okay, I've dedicated almost 16 years of my life to this team. I've never heard anything more fucking retarded in my life. Been a manager of this team for 6 years. I've never heard anything more retarded than this with Bailey. I'm not saying Bailey's fucking horrible. I'm just saying, fuck. He went up against the fucking 2 worst defenses in the league, the 2 worst teams in the league, and then some guy I'm talking to says, "Oh, there are no bad teams in the NFL." What? I'm like, what? Yeah, I'll give you 2 examples of the worst teams in the league: the Lions and the Packers. There you go. So, would I start Mac if he wasn't 100%? Absolutely not. No. If he was 100%, yes. If he's not 100%, no. I don't care if he's 99.99999999999% healthy. If he's not 100% healthy, he stays where he is. We're going to train the lad. Bailey, unfortunately, is no longer starting. Well, that's not really unfortunate. Mac is now the starter. That's it. That's as far as I'm going with it.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
Hi, Jim, how are you?
Hey, Donald, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, hey.
Hey, how was your vacation?
My vacation was very good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be back here. Thank you.
Yeah.
So my question for you, Jim, is you think the offense and the defense is finally starting to find their rhythm?
Defensively, yes, sort of. Offense, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's the best I can tell you. I don't know. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my gosh, yes, the Patriots, oh my goodness. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to say I don't know, because it's been so up and down, up and down, up and down. We go against shitty teams, we go off, and then we go up against good teams, and we suck. And then we go up against mediocre teams, and then we either barely win or we barely lose because of stupid-ass mistakes. So I don't know. The team is just so inconsistent. It's crazy. So it's to the point where I don't know what the hell. We're like a magic 8-ball. Every time we shake them, they give us a different answer. So I don't know.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, we're gonna have
pleasure working for you. Thank you.
Yeah, good. How was your vacation? What are you feeling?
I'm good, buddy. Thank you.
Good.
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next question.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm good. So my question for you is regarding the potential trade candidates. Kendrick, Isaiah, Nelson. I'm sorry. Kendrick, Nelson, Isaiah, Damian, I think was one of them. And I think two other guys. I'm not sure. But they all happen to be offensive. I think Jonnu Smith was another one. But they're all offensive players. So I guess my question for you is would that be a concern for you? Or do you think that could be a way to potentially kind of, better your offense money-wise in order to go out and get some help for a more permanent deal rather than just a 1 or 2 year deal?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know when the trade deadline is. I know that we've done shit lately. I know Carolina just traded Christian McCaffrey to the Niners. Why? I have no clue. That's probably one of the stupidest things you could do. People say it's because of his health. I mean, even the Giants kept Saquon Barkley. But anyway. So, yeah, Nelson, Kendrick was another guy. I think Jonnu might have been one of them. Isaiah was one of them. I think Jalen Mills might have been another one. I don't know. But here's what I would do: DJ Moore, Elijah Moore. Trade for both of those two guys. Trade Nelson over to the Lions or to the Panthers or whatever fucking team he was on. Trade Nelson to the Panthers and get DJ Moore. Okay? Trade Kendrick to the Jets and then get Elijah Moore. Go out and get Odell and get Josh Gordon and you're fine. What? You're fine. But the problem is we don't have any money. So, and of course Odell's not going to want just $2 million. He's going to want at least, 7 or 8 at the very least. Josh, I mean, he has a history with the team. I don't know if he's going to want to come back. Titans just released him. Antonio Brown, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on with him. But he's a free agent right now. But I think DJ or Elijah, I think, would be two very good options. You could go after maybe a tight end. I don't know. But, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to predict who's going to get traded. I'm not going to do that. We'll see what happens. We'll take it day by day until the trade deadline happens, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, Mr. Chang.
You are so tough. Barry. Sappy.
Why am I so tough on Bailey? Are you kidding me, Mr. Chang? Listen, the reason why I'm so tough on Bailey is because Bailey is going up against the two worst defenses in the league. And everyone thinks he's a Hall of Famer. It's like, what? I was talking to this guy, and he says, I'm not saying Mac can't play well, I'm saying that he hasn't played well. And I'm like, well, I mean, he's got no help. What the fuck? know how many receivers we went after? One. In free agency. One. You know how many we drafted? One. That's not help. If I was, it's like the Giants with their offensive line. Evan Neal might have a sprained MCL or a torn MCL, I don't know. But look at what they did in the draft. They got an offensive lineman. They got offensive lineman, offensive line, and now all of a sudden they're arguably the best team in the NFC. You know? And they fixed their offensive line. So that's what we got to do. For this next draft, this guy named Jackson Smith-Njigba, who went to UFC, might be our next pick. I don't know. That's way ahead of us, but that's just throwing it up there. It could be a corner. It could be Eli Ricks from Alabama. I don't know. You want to fix the damn defense, you go after Eli Ricks. You want to fix the offense, go after Jackson. I don't know. But if I was... Here's what you got to do. If you want to see success on the offense, you score on offense, you trust your defense, okay? The defense is more consistent than the offense is, so... And I trust the defense more than the offense, but every time I see the offense come out, I get nervous. So, and sometimes it's the same thing for the defense, but for the offense in the draft, I would use every single pick and get a receiver. And maybe a linebacker. But I would get, or a corner, or a safety, because Devin's like 100,000 years old. So, I mean, you got to put your money where your mouth is. And understand that this Mac's going to need help. He's got a top 3 offensive line helping him, which is fine. But he's got no fucking receivers. The fucking offensive line's going to block all day. No one can fucking get open. You got Jacoby, who's our best route runner somehow. Devontae only has 1 touchdown through 7 weeks. He hasn't missed a game. I don't think. Tyquan got injured. Again, I'm not going to go off on Tyquan. He's only a rookie. Who the hell's... Nelson hasn't done shit for us. I mean, what the fuck? Kendrick, I think he's probably had a handful of snaps, probably no more than 10 snaps through 8 games. I thought I would see him more. Where's he at? And again, that's not Kendrick's fault, but you know what I mean.
Hello,
thank you.
Coach.
No, Abnick. How are you,
I'm
Abnick?
good, thank you.
Good.
So my question for you is about the Jalen Mills. Do you really think that he is what you say he is? What do I mean by that is, he's a number 2 corner. And do you think he can cover number 2 receiver? Because I do not see it. No one else sees it. Son, I cannot see it. Nothing. Nothing is coming.
Abnick, I can barely understand you. His name is Abnick Suckdeep Metal. He's our tech advisor, one of our tech assistants. He's new to the interview staff too, so welcome, Mr. Abnick Suckdeep Metal. Thank you, Mr. Suckdeep Metal. Abnick, Jalen reminds me of a Ferrari with no engine, or like a Maserati with flat tires, or like I don't know, a muscle car with broken down hydraulics. I don't know, but he's just. Even in the fourth quarter, when we're up by like 40, he'll get mossed. Whether if we're up by 40, down by 40, he'll always find a way to get mossed. it's just it's annoying to me. It's really annoying. So, but hey, he had an interception in the Lions game or the Browns game, right? I think it was the Browns game. I don't know, but Jalen's just on and off, but mostly off for me. But I was stuck with him for another fucking 2 years. So I don't know.
All right, thank you, everybody. And just one last question.
Yeah, Tom.
Jim, just a question about Jamie Collins. He's still on the practice squad. Do you plan on elevating him anytime soon?
Yeah, Jamie is, he could be a potential rotational guy for someone like Raquan or someone like Josh. He could be on special teams. But I haven't seen him. I don't know when we signed him. I mean, we might see something out of him in the Bears game today, but all right, let me just look up the injury report for these guys, because I was going to do my injury report, but this is a 30-minute video and I don't want to make it any longer. So let me see here what we got for the Patriots for the injury report here. Okay, so all right, so we got practice participation. Yeah. All right, let's look at all right, so week 7. I don't know why it's not coming up. It's not coming up. I don't know why it isn't coming up. What the fuck? Let's try this. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So Nelson's questionable. Christian's questionable. Kendrick's questionable. Lawrence, Anthony's questionable. He just got added to the list. Jonathan, Mac, Jalen, Mike, Josh, Sean, and Isaiah. And then for the Bears, no injuries for the Bears. That's crazy. I told you, durable team, very durable team. And then this was Friday. This was today. This one was the 22nd. So this is actually the Bears are 2-4. We're 3-3. This should be an easy win. But Saturday, this is the one I just read off of. Anthony just got added. Sean Nelson got added. Jalen got added on Friday. And then Thursday, they were off. But Nelson didn't participate at all on Thursday. And then he was questionable for today. And then, for yesterday, or 2 days ago, today's the 24th, Anthony just got added. So the most recent addition was Anthony with a calf injury. So I don't know what the fuck. Running too hard, I don't know. But Christ, I don't know. Alright, that's it. This is a 30-minute video. This is way too long. Alright. Fucking Christ, my knee's killing me here. Don, good to see you again here, Don. Oh, very good. Very good. We gotta go off sometime here. Yeah, we should, huh? Okay, so... yeah. Alright. Thank you very much, people of the press. That's why we love you, Jim. Yeah, you too, Don. I gotta shut this thing off here. Abnick, you know how to shut this off? Yes, you just turn off the stop recording red button. Oh, like this. Okay.